As you can see, we are not happy with what's going on. We are not happy with the situation of the country. We are so saddened that our country, after 64 years, we can't boast of a working refinery. After 64 years, we can't boast of good education. After 64 years, we can't boast of good life. After 64 years, we have ministers still lying about the electricity that nobody is seeing. We have Band A, we have Band B, we have Band C. We are not even seeing any one of them. The minister said 40% of the citizens are enjoying stable power supply. We are not. We are not. We are suffering. The nation is bleeding. Okay, look at what we are having here. These guys are innocent people. These guys are with only placard. What is the crime that you're coming out to question the government? What is the crime you're coming out to ask questions about your country? We belong to this country. Nobody owns this country. The president, whatever he's called, is not the owner of this country. The resources of this country doesn't belong to one family. This is not a democracy. Democracy has been monetized. Democracy has been destroyed in Africa. We don't have democracy anymore. That's the truth. They can arrest every one of us. But what would they do with us if they put us in prison? We are people that are criminals walking around the streets freely. Nobody's doing them anything. We have a governor, a former governor of a state that looted the state dry and nobody can arrest him. We have an institution that is fighting against innocent people, and they have the people they need to arrest. They can arrest them. So why are we having a nation that the people cannot speak out? We are citizens in this country, but they don't want to hear our voice. The truth is that we have not got leadership that is for the people. You can gaslight the people as you want. You can say whatever you want to say. This country is gone out of hand. And if the people cannot speak out, then we don't have a country anymore.
But you are the end bad governor.
I was at the end bad governor.
What's the difference between that protest and
The difference is that the people are getting more aware. The people are getting more conscious. That's the difference. You can say it didn't happen, it didn't do anything. You can say after the protest, they increased fuel from 568 to 1,000. That's what happened. And that's what everybody's saying. What has the protest done? The protest has done many things. The protest made the government to sit tight. The protest made the government to even be bringing out talks. In River State, talks have hijacked the protest convener site. Talks. How can you be paying talks to come and stop protests when it's the right of the citizen, fundamental human right of the citizen, for us to question the government? Once you don't like a government, you have to say you don't like it. Even Tinubu himself protested against Jonathan. You can cast your mind back 2012. If this country is full of people with conscience, Tinubu is supposed to be the greatest president, because what he protested against 2012 is what is doing worse. He's doing it worse. In 2012, we are meant to believe that they can't pay fuel for 97 naira. But right now, we are paying fuel for 1,000 plus in different places, and nobody is saying anything. Even our elders are quiet. Our pastors are quiet. Look at the whole country, 200 million people, and look at the people here. Are you telling me that everybody in this country, they are enjoying themselves? No, we are not having anything in this country. We only have a government that belongs to some people, a government that favors some people, and a government where some people benefit, where the poor doesn't have anything. We have 134 million people living in multidimensional poverty in this country. And there's no way you can have peace when all the citizens are not well catered for. What is the duty of government? Is it just for you to sign loan? They just collected some loan yesterday. Some loan about $1.5 billion. What are you going to do with loan? We have a country that is blessed. We have a country that has 4 refineries, and none of them is working. They made it to believe. But we believe that the refineries are working, but they don't want it to work. These guys know what they want to do, but they can't do it, because the day they do what is right for the people, they will be out of circulation. So what you're seeing right now, people are not happy. People are distressed. People are hungry. We have mental issues, not because they are mad, because of the situation of the country.
protesters were arrested during the previous protest?
Okay. Why will you even arrest protesters who have only placards? They are not with guns, they are not with arms, and you have criminals walking about the society free. It's our fundamental human right to protest. It's our fundamental right as a citizen to protest. And the police, in their own act, says that they must ensure the security of the protesters. But when the police are gathered to now scare out the people, not to come out to voice out their grievances, what do you have? So how do you hold 2,000 protesters who are just questioning? Most of them are still there, and you give them 10 million naira bail. 10 million naira bail, and with some shorties that they cannot even meet, with some conditions they can't meet. And but a criminal is being arrested, a criminal is being sentenced, a criminal is out of the place he was sentenced, and nobody do anything about it. But innocent people are languishing in the detention because they came out to voice out their grievance. What kind of a country do we have? Are we happy with such a country? We are not happy. That's why we are voicing out that we are not happy. We are hungry. We are sad. Our country is going down, and our people are watching. Nobody wants to question. We are here to question that the country is gone. Leadership is not rocket science. Leadership is not big deal. If you know you cannot sort the country out, just resign. Nobody forces you to come and be a leader.
The protest, tagged Fearless in October, is coming barely 7 weeks after the End Bad Governance demonstrations which took place in August. The protesters cited acute hunger and hardship as reasons they are protesting and demanded government intervention to reduce the cost of food and energy prices. Former presidential candidate of the Africa Action Congress, Omoyele Sowore, alongside a crowd of placard-wielding protesters, demanded an end to the nation's economic crisis.
So today is Independence Day. Their Independence Day. We have come to say Nigeria needs brand new independence, and we are going to start fighting for it as part of our broader struggle to save our country, to take it back, take this country back from, the people already, the corporates. It is up to them to make it peaceful. It has been peaceful so far. If they conduct themselves that is required of them, security agencies, there was never a time we engaged in violent protests. Everybody knows that.
This is happening in the time of Tinubu, President Tinubu himself, who is this the democracy I used to watch him standing in the back of MK Abiola those days fighting for? Is this the democracy that Asiwaju himself has talked about? Or should we even talk about how he was also speedily pursuing the Jonathan Lane administration, calling them to book at every given time?
This garri is sold for 200 naira. This pure water is sold for 100 naira. My people are suffering. You people on top, you might not know what we are going through. I have little, but the little is not enough for my people. People are suffering. People now trek from 1 kilometer to another because they cannot board a vehicle to where they are going. People are suffering. They cannot even send their children to school.
You can see Nigeria, they said they are celebrating 64 years of independence. Well, we don't have independence. What we have that day was just a power shift between the white master and the black master. Where the white master were living, they handed power to the black masters. And those black masters, they constitute themselves as our national disaster house today. Because Nigeria only had a national disaster. But today, what we have as our national disaster is our leaders. We expect that with 1960 till date, when Nigerians took over the reign of political office, that things will have turned the other way around to build a country where citizens of that country will be happy that this is their country. But interestingly, the scorecard that reads, from Balewa, Aguiyi Ironsi, through all of the military regimes to the Second Republic, the military dictators, back to the Third Republic that didn't occur, now to this Fourth Republic, it is the same scorecard of continuous underdevelopment.
Meanwhile, the Lagos State Commissioner of Police assured the public that security personnel were on ground to maintain law and order.
It's peaceful, like you said. We had some plans in place, and we kept to our plans. We assure Lagosians that today will be each free of any disturbances, and that's what they have. We have men deployed before this assignment, during, and after the assignment, our men will still be deployed to very strategic places so that people feel safe. And we have a lot of visibility, as you can see. to restore confidence in people that there is no reason to panic in Lagos.
Since 7:30 a.m. today, Nigerians have flooded the streets of Lagos to vent their displeasure at the hunger in the land, moving all the way from Ikeja on the bridge to Ganifawa Park here in Ojota. They have been chanting solidarity songs, asking for a change, especially looking at the high prices of food and commodities, and also looking at the hike in the price of fuel and hike in the electricity tariff. They want things to change so that life can be more bearable for the average Nigerian. We also have security men on ground who have been here to provide law, to ensure that law and order is maintained so that there is no outbreak of violence during the protest. And we have been here also to hear what the people have to say and what they want the government to do to change their situation. And it is hoped that after this protest, the government would, of course, respond to all of these grievances.
Well, we are here to express our disenchantment with the government. Apparently, this is not a listening government. We are here to say to this government that we understand its antics. We understand the fact that it is indifferent to the sufferings of the majority of the mass of our people. Because about 2 days ago, in spite of our warnings to this government and the notorious World Bank just agreed on another 1.57 billion US dollars loan, another fresh loan, 1.57 US dollars. You know, this is another fresh loan that the Nigerian state is about, the corrupt Nigerian state is about to get from the World Bank. So we are saying at this time that this government is not interested in, you know, changing the fate of the majority of our people, because we would have expected that this government wouldn't even near the corridors of the IMF, the corridors of World Bank. But no, this government is still insisting on taking more funds. And why are they taking these funds? They are taking these funds again because they needed to take it in order for them to be able to continuously, you know, ruin us, in order to continue to, steal the vast majority, steal the wealth of the vast majority of our people. The IMF loans, the World Bank loans are responsible for the anti-poor policies, the anti-workers policies, the anti-people policies that have kept our people in the conditions that we are facing right now. Let us don't forget the fact that we have been told recently that out of 10 Nigerians, 6 Nigerians are poor. So you have, out of a gathering of 10 Nigerians, you have 6 Nigerians that are poor. In any gathering of 10 Nigerians, 6 are poor. So what that really tell you is that we are moving towards a period where we have been told that majority of Nigerians, as a matter of fact, over 150 million Nigerians are now entering a phase that has been called multidimensional poverty, a phase of multidimensional poverty. And so this government is uninterested in changing, you know, the fate, in changing the tide. And so we are here just this afternoon to say to this government that we understand the fact that it is indifferent, you know, it is not sincere in changing the fate of our people. And because of that fact, we are mobilizing ourselves, we are galvanizing the mass of our people to understand this reality and to push for a change.